In 2014, the creepypasta community would be shaken to its core. In Waukesha, Wisconsin, 12-year-old youths Morgan Geyser and Anissa Wire lured their friend Peyton Leitner to a park after a sleepover. After arriving, Geyser stabbed Leitner 19 times while Wire encouraged her. They said they would get help, but really, they left her for dead. Severely wounded, Peyton crawled to safety and was spotted by a passing bicyclist. As the police questioned them, the girls told them they believed killing Peyton would make them servants of the Slender Man and protect their families. In trial, both were found mentally ill. Wire was sentenced 25 years for psychiatric care, Geyser for 40. However, years later, both received conditional release with strict monitoring. In November 2025, Geyser cut off her ankle monitor and left her group home with accomplice Chad Charlie Mecca. Both were arrested at a truck stop. Geyser's release was revoked and was sent back to a psychiatric hospital. If you like this content, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. In the summer of 1965, Mercy was the first thing to die. 36-year-old mother Gertrude Baniszewski took in 16-year-old Sylvia Likens and her sister Jenny for a boarding fee from her parents, who worked for a traveling carnival. When payments arrived late, Gertrude targeted both siblings out of displaced rage and envy, with Sylvia getting the worst of it. Jenny, already suffering from polio, received more psychological torture than physical. For 3 months, she forced her children and invited neighborhood kids to participate in the torture of Sylvia, beating her with paddles, scalded her with water, and put out cigarettes on her skin, and forced her to consume her own vomit and feces. A heated needle was used to carve the words "I'm a prostitute and proud of it" into Sylvia's abdomen. On October 26, Sylvia died from a brain hemorrhage and malnutrition. Gertrude tried to frame Sylvia's death on a group of boys, but Sylvia's sister, Jenny, whispered the truth to the police at the scene. Gertrude was convicted of first-degree murder and sentenced to life. Despite the brutality of the 150 wounds found on Sylvia's body, Gertrude was controversially paroled in 1985 for model prison behavior before dying of lung cancer in 1990. If the macabre or disturbing facts intrigue you, be sure to like and subscribe. These girls never saw justice. On December 6, 1991, 4 girls were closing an Austin yogurt shop, ages 13 to 17, when someone entered after hours. The attacker forced them into a back room, tied them up, and raped at least one victim. Each girl was shot execution style in the head with a .22 caliber weapon. Afterward, the killer set the store on fire to destroy the evidence and escaped. Firefighters later discovered the charred bodies, shocking the entire city of Austin. From the 90s to the 2000s, multiple suspects were arrested, but confessions collapsed and convictions were overturned. More than 30 years later, new DNA testing linked the crime to Robert Eugene Brashers. Unfortunately, he had died from suicide in 1999, ending the possibility of a trial, but finally naming the killer. If the macabre or disturbing facts intrigue you, be sure to like and subscribe. This is why humanity is worse than anything written in myth. In 1988, 17-year-old Junko Furuta was held captive in a home by a 17-year-old Yakuza member. His parents were present and aware of the situation, but were too terrified of their own son to intervene. For over 6 weeks, she was raped and endured extreme physical abuse. They would beat her with iron bars, burn her with lighters, inserted glass bottles and fireworks into her body, and forced her to eat cockroaches as she starved. She succumbed to her injuries and then was encased in a 55-gallon drum filled with concrete. Her remains were discovered later in 1989. The boys received light sentences and are still walking among us today. Guys, this is the worst of humanity. No angels, no demons, no ghouls, and definitely no guardian spirits. Just the sickness of man.